crowded, which, you know, it's a once-a-week market, so I figured it'd probably be better if I had on my face mask. Let's go and see what we can find. I really do enjoy visiting markets when I travel, so I'm very glad that the fish market was still on when I visited. Reading some of the comments online, people were saying, oh, I can't even see any fish that they were selling, it's just selling tats. Guessing these guys have either gone to the completely wrong side of the market, or probably they've just come too late, because these fishing boats do come in at dawn. Fresh fish is only fresh for so long, so once the fish is sold, the market packs up. So if you do want to come, do make sure you come early. A lot of people did recommend that if I want to come to the market, come by about 8 a.m. That would be the best time. Otherwise, if not, Marsaxlokk itself is just a really nice, pretty town anyway. If you imagine like a British seaside town, you mash it up with a Mediterranean fishing village, throw in some churches because it's Malta. That's what you get with Marsaxlokk. And the boats are painted really nice and colorful, so even if you don't see the fish market, you don't want to see the fish market, you can come, and it's worth just seeing how pretty it is here. But for me, I really enjoyed looking at all that fish. There was a lot of lampuki, which is the catch-in season at the moment, and every restaurant I've gone into, the daily special has always been lampuki.
This is the lampuki, the fish in season right now.
Yeah, everywhere there's lampuki.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, that's right.
And looking at all that fresh fish, and it was very fresh because it didn't smell fishy at all. You know, like if you go get good sushi and sashimi, it shouldn't smell fishy. So yeah, that was really nice and has also made me hungry. But it's a good thing I have a booking, because everyone wants to dine out at these restaurants in front of the market, and I'm just happy to have some soup while I'm waiting. What I really like is it's got like some really big fleshy chunks of fish. Some of the fish soups I've had recently here, just lots of mussels and frozen mussels and prawns and no fish, but this is actually a fish soup. Prefer it slightly more seasoned, so do it myself. But otherwise, very yummy start for a meal. It's my final full day here in Malta. I'm headed towards Mdina and Rabat, but I made a quick little pit stop here at the Anton Gardens, which are the gardens of the Presidential Palace of Malta, but it's also a location for filming Game of Thrones, so I thought it's on the way, so why not check it out. It's threatening to absolutely storm like it has in the last 2 days. Quickly try and find where this palace is, and probably have to get back to the car. Anton Gardens, really nice and green actually. I think the most green place I've seen in all of Malta and Gozo. The landscaping's done really nicely. I really like it. You can kind of wander around, seeing as there's almost no one here. Pretend it's the gardens of your stately home, but if you are in a rush, there's no real particular reason to stop here. So I'm gonna head off before it does actually rain, but maybe, fingers crossed, if it doesn't actually properly rain, that would make me happy. So please. Just in the nick of time, but now what do I do? Thunderbolts of lightning, very, very frightening me. Today is very much a British weather day, so nice hot cup of tea and some Maltese pastizzi to keep me warm. As you might guess, the rain has not stopped after lunch, so I'm here in Rabat, which is a suburb of Mdina. It is very much like a working town, one of those Roman towns in the UK, like Bath, or Bristol actually for that matter. So it has some cool ancient museums and attractions, archaeological sites dotted around, but it is very much a working town. The most famous, I think, is St. Paul's Catacombs, which reviews online were a little bit mixed. It was sort of cool, but I guess how many catacombs can you see? So instead, I chose to go to the Wynyard Court Museum, which also has some catacombs and starts with the St. Paul's Grotto. I suppose that is that gate there that's meant to stop people from going through, but whoops. Not sure I was meant to do that, but it's kind of cool to see catacombs in their raw state. These tunnels must go on for miles inside, so I don't really want to get stuck in here for the rest of my life. So onwards we go through the actual museum bit. These catacombs were used in Roman times, and the Romans did not like having the dead buried within the city, so this was located just outside of the city. I think it's really cool wandering around here. Sadly, there aren't any bones and stuff like you might find in the catacombs of Paris, but still, considering how old this is, and you kind of get to wander around freely, still very cool. This cool object here, it's called an agate table, and apparently the theory is that people who come here have feasts on the anniversary of someone's death. I guess it's a bit like your friends throwing a party on your anniversary of your death in the actual cemetery. Mdina is also nicknamed the Silent City, and it is quite silent every time I talk. It's very loud. Of course, because of the rain, there's not many people here, I guess maybe during the day there'll be more tourists, but yeah, me wandering around the rain, which has stopped a little bit. My feet are really wet, so I'm gonna go and try and find myself another cup of tea. So instead of tea, I've gone for a really dark, thick hot chocolate, which on a rainy day is just absolutely really hits the spot. I should also say, like, the view here is actually really nice. It is obviously a rainy day, so it's not as clear and sunny as it would normally be, but hey, it's still very, very nice, and this hot chocolate really something. So it is after dark, obviously, and I have been wandering around Mdina because that's a thing you do. People say it's quite nice to see really silent and it's very atmospheric, which it is, but to be honest, it just feels like a suburbs of one of those European cities which are quite old anyway and quite quiet anyway in the suburbs or the edges of a city at night. So not really seeing what the big deal is with Mdina, to be honest. It is quite pretty, and obviously the rain has affected it, but I thought maybe my experience would be a bit like when I visited the Cittadella in Gozo, which I absolutely love. So if you haven't already watched my Gozo video, please do check it out when it is out, because absolutely love Gozo. That's it. I think I still had an enjoyable day. Strangely, like I said earlier, wandering around in the rain was actually kind of nice. Mdina, but I've really loved my week in Malta so far, and I'm very sad that it's my final day and I have to go home tomorrow. And it's my final half day here in Malta after 2 weeks, and after like a couple of days of rain, the sun has come out. Yay! I'm so happy about that. My grand plan this morning was to come and take a cruise of the harbour and just chill out on a boat for a couple of hours before I go. But then I came to the stalls on the harbour front, and I guess plan B, I'm gonna get into the car and drive to the south coast of the island, because hopefully on the other side the weather is a little bit different and it'll be calmer. So let's go. After 2 weeks here in Malta, I think I've seen some pretty incredible things, but I think I saved the best for last because this place is just wow. And I've come down from that viewing point of that magnificent Blue Grotto, and I've just realized that this is the exact same place that I went scuba diving on Saturday, to the Faroud Wreck. And here is also where I'm going to have to leave this video. I've had an absolutely incredible 2 weeks here in Malta and Gozo. Just incredible. You know, this is my first time traveling in about 7 months. So just the fact that I'm traveling again has obviously made me super happy and excited. But I'm so glad I came to Malta, because when I decided to come to Malta, people were saying, oh, it's probably for old people. You can do it in like 3-4 days. You know, 2 weeks is way too long. It's full of just cruise ships. That might be true at any other time. I don't know. But you know what? I've had just the most amazing 2 weeks. It's been such a pleasure. So everyone in Malta and Gozo that I've come across, thank you so much for making this my holiday experience of the year. I'm really, really happy. I'm kind of sad really after 2 weeks to have to go home, but such is life. As far as COVID goes, well, hopefully I don't have it, but I feel quite comfortable, you know, with all the measures in place in the hotels and restaurants. I thought they were really, really comprehensive and really good, implemented everywhere by the Maltese government. I am making a separate video of my time in Gozo. I spent one amazing week there, so if it is already out, please do check it out because I really loved it. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it a little bit useful. If you could help me out to hit the like button just underneath the video. Nice. And also drop me a comment. I'd especially like to know if you've come to Malta any other time. Is it quite different to what I've experienced? Feel free to drop me any other comments because I read all my comments and I reply to most of them. Let me know if you are planning on traveling anywhere sometime soon or you're still a bit nervous, you know, let's just have a little chat. You can also catch me on Instagram, which I use quite a lot, at Matthew Xiao. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you once again and stay healthy, stay safe and stay happy.